Okay, everybody, welcome. It is Monday, 9/24/2018. This is the stockbigprofits.com market update. So let's go ahead and start with the legalities while our friends sign on. Past performance is no indicator of future performance. Nothing in this broadcast is an offer to buy or sell any security. We are not registered investment advisors. Nothing again in this broadcast is an offer to buy or sell any security. Read the disclaimer. It's important. Welcome, Jeff. We'll give a couple minutes for everybody to sign on and stuff while we shoot the shit. Hope you had a good weekend, Jeff. We had a great weekend over here. Finally got some time to go over and spend some time at the office and stuff. It was a good weekend. Good football weekend, too, huh? For you football fans. Tiger Woods is back. Tiger is back. Maybe it's time to buy Nike. I'll tell you guys a funny story, too, while we're waiting for people to sign on. So, as most viewers know, my wife passed away last December. And over the weekend, I was kind of, I'm going to put that up there. I was kind of dwelling over it, right? And I was kind of moody and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? And a couple friends noticed. So behind my back, they put me on Zoosk.com, which is evidently some kind of dating site or something. And I couldn't figure it out on Sunday. I was getting all these messages from these women I don't know. And it was my friends. They saw me kind of, I don't know. I guess I was dwelling on my wife passing last December a little too much. So, but it was interesting. It was interesting. So on that note, let's go ahead and get started. How you guys doing out there? It's Monday. It was, besides the open, it was like watching paint dry out there, right? Today. I mean, my God, the market just slipped into this channel and just stayed there. Looking at the numbers, man, it was an okay close. You know, the Dow ended up down about 181 points. It's kind of just lingered around there most of the day. The S&P gave back about 10 points today. And the Nasdaq, after being all morning in the crapper, was pushed out nice and green there in the afternoon. Beautiful. Small caps were basically flat, down a couple points. That's fine. But that VIX is still staying down low near that 12-point range. So there's just no real volatility coming into the market. So, it really, common sense kind of tells you that the potential for a real big sell down is just not there right now. But as we know, news can push that one way or the other very quickly. So, and yeah, thank you guys. I thought you guys knew. Oh man, sorry to heard that, Jeff, man. No wonder you've been in and out, man. All our prayers are going to you, Jeff, and your uncle, man. Sorry to hear that, brother. Like I said, man, prayers from all of us, brother. We're behind you. You know you got family over here. And I love investing. And yeah, so yeah. But now let's kind of just stay on track here. I just thought I'd share that Zeus story with you because seriously, I was getting all these emails and I was like, Jesus Christ, do I know these people? But anyways, let's get into the real news, not the pat news. So, the big thing this morning was Rod Rosenstein, right? I mean, when we first opened up the trading room at about 2 a.m. this morning, the big news was that Rosenstein was on his way to the White House and he was either going to resign before they fired him or something like that. Then later on, it kind of resolved itself a little bit more. Evidently, he's going to meet with the Trump administration on Thursday. But this brings up an interesting situation, right? Because, look, if Rod Rosenstein is removed as the, the Attorney General or something, whatever he is. But if he's not in control of this Mueller investigation, you guys get used to this name, okay? You guys start learning this name, Noel Francisco, all right? Noel Francisco is the Solicitor General of San Francisco. And San Francisco. He is the Solicitor General, and his name is Noel Francisco. He's not San Francisco. Okay, let's get our facts right here. But anyways, you guys get to know that name because if Rosenstein's gone, he takes over for that. He's the most likely choice. And he's actually a Trump supporter. And he's actually fought for a lot of Trump agendas and fought to keep a lot of the Trump administration's orders legal. So he's a very, very strict constitutionalist, and he's a very, very straight line guy. But remember, be careful what you wish for, especially when you're on the Democrat side right now, because it's just like with Trump. You get rid of Trump, you get Pence. Pence is more conservative, okay, than even Trump is, just a little more refined. And if you lose Rosenstein, guess what? This guy Francisco will probably step in, and he's a lot more tough. You know, the big thing that the big trouble that the Trump administration is having with this whole Mueller thing, I think, is it's not so much that it's striking fear into their hearts or anything like that. Look, if you're innocent, you're innocent, right? You have nothing to worry about. And I think Trump truly believes that, and it could be true. Up until now, it's true. Nothing has been proven against that. But what happens is, what happens is, like with this Rosenstein, he's not controlling the investigation. Instead of being a focused investigation on collusion in Russia, it's kind of just expanded into this catch-all investigation. And that's what the Trump administration doesn't want. They want some closure. They want some final notice on this, and they're not getting it with Rosenstein. Now, like I said, regardless of what side you're on this argument, it doesn't matter. We want the truth, and we want the truth fairly, okay? So, like I said, that's the big problem that these guys on the Trump side have with this investigation, is that it started out being a Russia collusion thing against Trump, and now it's become like this catch-all investigation, and they're just going after everything, everywhere, anytime. So we'll see how this kind of works out. Thursday, they got the big meeting, and that's important. It was a sluggish day in the market today. We sold down a little bit at the open, which we knew futures were pretty soft all night, from when Asia opened all the way to US open this morning. And so you can kind of see that being in the cards. What we were looking for was maybe a bounce or some life in there, and we got little flashes of life. But today was a great positioning day, and we actually did our lucky lotto play today. Some of the stocks that were worth talking about are GE. GE is under huge pressure again, for all you dividend players. It looked like GE was finding a bottom there the last few weeks, right? It kind of got a little stable, and it seemed to actually have maybe some promise for going up, but the wheels just came out of it again today. And chip stocks are the big thing right now. Micron had another terrible day today. Is it time to buy? I mean, everybody's saying that Micron's going to have all these problems going forward. Like, there's another big analyst report out just crapping all over the company today. So remember the old rule, right? When they buy, you sell. When they sell, you buy. The economic calendar, since it's kind of a slow, sluggish day, let's talk about the economic calendar going into this week, because it's kind of an important week, right? Wednesday, we have some numbers coming out, and we also have the FOMC Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We have our revised GDP number coming out. Most people are betting that interest rate stays the same through this meeting, but you never know, right? I mean, the economy's been pretty hot, and they might feel like they can sneak another rate hike in there. You never know. So we'll keep an eye on that. But other than that, we've got the GDP the revamped the recalculated GDP number. We'll see how that comes out. Trump is talking 4%. I've seen most of the estimates at 4.2. We'll see if that comes through. We also have a jobless number on Wednesday, which is important. We are rolling towards earnings season. So again, when the market has this softness like this, especially coming off those highs that it made recently, the Nasdaq a few weeks ago made some real nice highs. Then it started taking a breather, a little pressure on tech, but the S&P kind of rolled in there and gave us an all-time high. And it's still trading nicely above that 2,900 level. It's holding that, it's digesting that very well. It's humid here today. I don't know how it is where you guys are, but I don't know if you can see the beads of sweat. I'm trying not to drip all over the microphone. Anyways, but so we want to keep an eye on these economic numbers. But again, we had that big run on tech, and then right after that, tech started getting a little soft, right? We had a lot of the attack pieces and stuff from the media about why you don't want to own Amazon, why you don't want to own this, why you don't want to own that, at the end of the bull market and everything else. And then right when that started to soften, we had the S&P 500 go to an all-time high, and the Dow gave us the highest total of the year, right? So there's some very good murmuring in the market. The market's got some enthusiasm to it. It just needs to be pushed a little bit higher. You know, a lot of this news cycle is what's holding this market down right now, and it's like the Supreme Court hearing. Yeah, Jeff, man, dude, I'm like melting over here. But you know, we need some kind of a driver, because like over the weekend, this Supreme Court stuff, it doesn't really play here nor there with the market. The market really is not interested in this. It doesn't affect the economy. It doesn't affect business too much. You know what I mean? It's really a social thing, right? It's a law thing. But yet there was so much emotion and so much hard feelings on this over the weekend. It puts a damper on the market, right? People just aren't in the mood. Traders just aren't in the mood. Then you open up down 170 points on the Dow. The Nasdaq was just bloody, and the S&P was bloody too. But you know, you see what happened the rest of the day. The Nasdaq poked its head green, stayed green, got a nice close green. Good for you, tech. So you got to look at this like, you know, people talk about it all the time. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. But when the dip happens, does the dip scare you out of buying it, right? Ask yourself that. You know, steel had a good day today. Steel had a really, really good day today. X was pretty much green most of the day. Another one of our favorites, AKS, which we just had those options expire. X closed right about 29.42. Is up about 30 cents, about 1% for the day. Nice close on the day. Nice power from the stock. You know, it looks like that steel play starting to come around. Some of the big news besides GE, Micron, you know, if you're looking for investments, you know, your trade ideas, we'll keep it a short show today. I'm about to go over the investment ideas already. Micron's one of them. Micron's been really beat down right now. Steel, if you're looking to get in closer to that big move, you know, it might be time to pull that trigger, because it looks like steel is ready to make its big move. Is that a flash or a signal that the Trump trade wars are starting to be won? It's hard to tell. In Japan, Prime Minister Abe Thursday, just got reelected to serve 3 more years as the Prime Minister of Japan. He's got some great programs going on in Japan for economic growth and stuff, and he's really in tune with Trump and stuff. You know, they're really working really hard and diligently on the trade between the U.S. and Japan. Like they have a full-on plan of, if you guys have some time to go read it. But you know, there's certain things that Japan's doing to help us, buying more of the soybeans, the agriculture and stuff, and in turn, we're doing things to help them, not putting those tariffs on, and you know, purchasing some things is to help their economy. That's the way the world's supposed to work. You know, it'd be real nice if everybody was like that, but you know, they'll work out this thing with China. Xi has no intentions of letting his economy go upside down. And, you know, they're just very good players at the table right now, Trump and Xi, and that's all it is. So the Chinese this morning, another thing that was playing on the market was the Chinese this morning canceled that meeting with the Trump administration. So that's not a good sign. But, you know, it's always darkest before the light, right? Hey, Kona, welcome. But so look, I'm going to go through the comments and stuff, and then we'll call it a show. You know, Sluggish Monday, you guys go out there, man. Enjoy the day. It's so humid. If you guys got a beach or a lake near you, go to it. If you guys are into football, good Monday night football game today, right? Must-win situation for the Steelers, and we get to see the red-hot Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's see the questions here. Yeah, it looks like no real questions and stuff. So, look, guys, we're going to call it a show, okay? We'll be back tomorrow after the market closes. Man, it is humid. I don't know how it is where you guys, all you local people, man, know what I'm feeling over here, Kona and all them. But so let's call it a show. We'll be back tomorrow with another show and maybe a little more excitement in the market and stuff. You know, we're still long on X. We're still long on what are we long on? We opened up that Verizon trade on Friday. Verizon, you know, had a little pullback at the open, and it kind of just based there. Another, you see that market pullback really affected a lot of stocks, but they held their levels and they found nice bases. And that move by the Nasdaq, that was a stealth rally during the day. It just kind of trickled up till it finally got green. So it's a good setup, we think. We're still long on the Verizon. We opened up some lotto on Verizon at $55 for Friday. If you guys want to play along, that one we'll let you guys know because it's already the trigger's been pulled within the group. So we'll let you know how we play on that one. We're still long on Twitter. Okay, so if you guys looking for ideas and you want to kind of follow along with what we're doing, we're long on Twitter right now. We're long on X right now. We're long the Qs, XLK, and we just opened that Verizon long. Okay, so look, gang, you guys have a fantastic Monday afternoon. It was a great show. It was great seeing everybody. We'll be back tomorrow after the market, and let's see if we got a little bit more news to go. You guys stay away from news, stay off social media, and go enjoy. Okay, aloha.